Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Vibha Dhawan from TERI. Today we are going to discuss about the module on laboratory for plant tissue culture under the paper Plant Biotechnology and Crop Improvement. Students, you have already learned about what are the media constituents. You have learned importance of plant tissue culture. But it's good to see how the lab or how the media is prepared and how the lab looks like. This is what we are going to discuss today, and my other two colleagues, Dr. Nitika Chabra and Birendra, they will take you through the laboratory.
Hello students, today we would be demonstrating how tissue culture medium will be prepared and how culturing is carried out under aseptic conditions. So we will divide each of these two into small steps. Talking first about the tissue culture medium, we would learn how stocks are prepared and what all stocks are used for preparation of tissue culture medium. Then we will also demonstrate how the medium is prepared. Then it is sent for autoclaving, and once we have the medium, how do we carry out operations under in vitro conditions under the laminar wave flow. So we will first start with the demonstration of preparation of stocks. So as we know that a tissue culture medium is divided into subcomponents. It has major salts, minor salts, organics. Then we also add an iron chelate, and all these ingredients are added along with sucrose and agar, and then the volume is made up and the pH is taken, and thereafter it is dispensed in the culture vessels and then sent for autoclaving. Now because there are different stocks involved, we will demonstrate how the stock is prepared. So in this particular module we will be telling you about preparation of MS major stock. So it has various components. Now there are certain important things that we need to keep under consideration. Firstly, that the stocks, they are listed in a sequence. The sequence which is given, you have to follow that sequence, and each salt is dissolved separately and added to a bigger vessel. And we have to ensure that before we add the next stock, the previous one should be completely dissolved. So we will now start with the preparation of MS major stock.
So we are going to prepare MS stock. And very first we'll take ammonium nitrate, that is 1650 mg per liter, requirement for 1 liter media. And now we are preparing 20x stock, and that is 33 gram for 1 liter stock. So very first I'll take 33 grams in 1 for 1 liter media. This 33 gram I will put in one flask, and then we'll start dissolving. So this is ammonium nitrate I'm going to add for dissolving. Once it will dissolve properly, then we can add next salt, potassium nitrate. But till the time we have to wait to dissolve this one. Now we can prepare for the next salt, that is potassium nitrate, and the requirement of it is 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 mg per liter media. And now I am going to weigh this. 1900 m Before adding potassium nitrate, you have to make sure that earlier component had been dissolved properly. So you can check it. It is dissolved. Now you can add another one. I added potassium nitrate. It will take little more time. Now we can prepare for the next salt, magnesium sulfate. It is dissolved properly. Now can add next salt. Magnesium sulfate is required 370 mg per liter for 1 liter media. Now I am adding magnesium sulfate. Next component is for MS major is for potassium dihydrogen orthophosphate. Similarly, you have to check if it's once dissolved properly, then you can add next one. So it is dissolved already. We have to add now potassium dihydrogen orthophosphate. I'm adding. And the last salt is calcium chloride for MS major. Dissolved. All the salt has been dissolved now, and the MS major is ready. Now we have to make final volume till 1 liter. All the components has been dissolved. Now we'll make final volume up to 1 liter. We have to add distilled water for making volume of 1 liter. Once it has been uh, prop properly finished, then you have to we have to make a mark of MS major and date of preparation and who prepare the stocks.
Now students, you have seen how the stock is prepared. Now once you have prepared the stocks, they are to be stored in refrigerator at 4 degrees centigrade, and when you have to prepare the media, just 1 hour before, take them out, and then you have to check the stocks that they should be devoid of any contamination. There should be no contamination, and there should not be any precipitation. If at all you find precipitation, or contamination, you have to discard your stocks, because if there is a precipitation or contamination, that would change the composition of your stocks and would not give you the desired results. So you have to be, once you take them out, you have to scan your stocks that there is no contamination or precipitation in it. Another important thing, like out of all the stocks that you're preparing, the iron EDTA chelate stock, that is to be stored either in amber colored bottle or it is to be covered with a silver foil. Now the reason is that it gets oxidized when it is exposed to light. So you have to be careful that it has to be either stored in amber colored bottle or it should be covered with a foil. Now we would be demonstrating how medium is prepared. So we'll be preparing medium for stevia, and we would be using MS basal medium. To this we would be adding 3% sucrose and 0.8% agar, and BAP concentration would be 1 milligram per liter. So now we are going to tell you how it is carried out.
Now we are starting MS media preparation. So this media is for sweet basil. Now for very first I'll add MS major. This stock is 20x. So we need 50 ml for 1 liter media. Adding 50 ml. Now next MS minor. This is 100x. So we need 10 ml for 1 liter. MS iron. This is also 100x and we need 10 ml for 1 liter. MS organic. This is also 100x and we need 10 ml for 1 liter. And at last MS Maya Inositol. This is also 100x and we need 10 ml for 1 liter. I added all the components, all these stocks, MS stock. Now we have to add BAP, benzyne aminopurine, 1 mg per liter. So the stock is 1 mg per ml. So we need 1 mg per ml, means 1 ml we have to add in 1 liter. Micropipette I set in 1000 microliter. That means 1 ml. Now I will add sucrose 3% and agar 0.8%. Then we have to melt in the microwave oven. After that we'll take pH and pour into the test tubes. Agar has been melted now. I added all these salts already. Now we'll take pH. pH should be 5.8. With 1 normal ROH we can increase pH till 5.8, and one normal HCl to reduce pH if desired. So now it is 5.8. Now we can pour into the test tubes. After pouring this media, we have to send it for autoclave. Autoclaving process, it is 121 degree temperature, boil it, and the pressure is 15 psi. So we'll send it now for autoclaving after plugging with cotton plug. So after plugging the whole rack, we'll send it for autoclave.
Students, so far you have seen how the tissue culture medium is prepared and stocks are prepared. Now, after we had prepared the medium, we had sent it for autoclaving. Now, after the medium has been autoclaved, we allow the medium to cool for at least 24 hours. Thereafter, we then use that medium for inoculation. Now, the inoculation is carried out in a very special chamber which is called laminar airflow unit. If you can see on the top, there is a coarse filter and there's another set of filters inside. Now the coarse filter takes in the air from the environment and the filters kind of filter the dust particles and the debris, and the air thereafter flows into the air column and comes out in the front of the desk. Now there are some HEPA filters. The pore size is to the tune of 0.3 microns. So anything which is bigger than 0.3 microns would be obstructed from coming out of the airflow unit. So before we start the operation, we keep our implements, the dishes in which we have to carry out our tissue culture work, as well as our medium in laminar airflow unit. And we allow and switch on the UV light, and we allow the UV light to be on for at least 15-20 minutes. Thereafter, we lift the lid, switch off the UV light, switch on light and the air draft.
So now we are going to subculture of sweet basil culture, as we prepare media for sweet basil earlier. And now very first I have to wipe my hand with the rectified spirit. This is Steripot, glass beads inside of this, and its temperature is 250 degrees Celsius. And these forceps and scalpels are autoclaved, and after autoclaving you are using this. These plates are also autoclaved, so these all are in aseptic condition. So I'll take one plate and the culture of sweet basil for the subculturing. Before taking the culture, you have to make sure that no contamination inside of the jars. And if it is contaminated, you have to immediately discard it, because it will spread immediately. So it should be in aseptic condition. Each time after using the instrument, you have to keep instrument inside of the Steripot for the sterilization, and the test tubes containing media, the subculture into this media, these test tubes. Now in subculture, you have removed extra leaves, callus, and clean the culture, and then you subculturing in this. We can multiply this culture also.
Now students, you have observed how subculturing is carried out. Now you have seen the functioning of laminar flow, how one works under laminar flow. Now after we have subcultured, then we have to kind of maintain our cultures under controlled conditions of temperature, light and humidity. For this we have a special room which we call as growth room, where all such conditions are met. Now the culture is kept there for at least 3 to 4 weeks or till the time it is ready for next subculturing. There are certain cultures which require subculturing before this time frame. So depending on the species that one is working with, we decide on the subculturing time. Now there in the growth room you will see there are racks, and in those racks there are lights fitted. The temperature in the culture room is maintained at 25 plus minus 2 degrees centigrade, and RH is around 60 to 70%. So we maintain our cultures there till the time they are ready for next subculture, or till the time we have complete plantlets which are to be transferred to the field outside. Now students, you have seen how subculturing is done, and as I said before, like after you subculture it, we have to maintain them under the right conditions, the conditions which are congenial for their growth and development. So we maintain our cultures in culture room. This is a culture room. As you can see, it has racks, and in the racks, in each of the shells, we have some tube lights fitted. Now there's a particular lux for each species. Now depending on the species that we have kept in these racks, the tube lights, because it is a fixed structure, what you can do is you can increase or decrease the light intensity. So that we do by increasing or decreasing the number of tube lights. So once we have subcultured, we keep our cultures on these racks and leave them here for a period of 3 to 4 weeks. Now intermittently we are required to check whether there is some kind of a contamination which is coming, if at all there is. So we have to carry out regular screening, and we have to discard the cultures which have developed some kind of a contamination, whether it is fungal or bacterial. So we have to do and keep a proper record of it, like how many cultures we have discarded, and if at all the contamination is high, we have to do some remedial measures. And intermittently we also need to clean the culture room. We have to swipe the entire place with absolute alcohol so that the contamination levels, they are reduced and it is clean and the aseptic conditions are maintained. So once these cultures, they are ready for subculture, they are again taken for the process called subculturing, which we had explained to you.
Students, I'm sure you enjoyed this module, especially if you don't have good lab at your place, because it is how a lab is organized, how the media is prepared. There is always a difference between what is written and then when you view it. So you must have learned and enjoyed right from media preparation to inoculation to incubating cultures in a culture room. I'm sure you have found it useful and got enthused about the exciting field of plant tissue culture. Thank you.